Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of our entitled parents. In today's episode, blocked my mom for not respecting my boundaries, but she continues being entitled. My mom throw out all of my coziest clothes because she thinks they are lowering my feminine energy. I got ghosted by my entitled mother because I wouldn't buy her an additional dog. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Blocked my mom for not respecting my boundaries, but she continues being entitled. I'm pregnant now with my first child, and my mother wanted to come when I give birth. We live in different countries, so she needed to plan this trip early on, plus she requires a visa. Couple months ago, she asked me for how long she should come and I said 7 days is okay. She then went on to change this to 10 days, and in the end my sister bought her tickets for 12 days. This made me mad because I told both of them that she can stay 7 to 10 days max and starting from the date we agreed, as I didn't want her here before I give birth or out of hospital. When I confronted her, she just told me everything is going to be okay and that she just wanted to stay with me longer. I still told her that she should have consulted with me before buying tickets for different dates than we initially agreed, and she responded in her classic way that I am upsetting her, and if I continue like this she won't even come, and that I should not make her angry. I blocked her after this, saying that she is the one making me upset. After that, my sister also texted me telling me that I should be more caring to our mom. She likes to tell me this often. When I told her that my relationship with my mom is not her business, she told me I have no idea how it is to care about other people's feelings. I blocked her as well. Now, a month and a half later, I get an email from my mom. Honestly, a naive part of me was hoping that she would reach out and be nice to me. I've been really in need of some support during this pregnancy, and it hurts me that I can't get it from my own mother. In her email, she asked how I was doing and asked what's up with the invitation that she would use for visa application. Before she bought tickets, she asked me to do it for her, and I agreed. She wrote that I should let her know ASAP if I can send her the invitation because, according to her, I should keep in mind that the visa application process is time-consuming and costly for her. Honestly, I have no words that after not talking to me for a month and threatening me not to come at all, although I never asked her to, she is now casually sending me an email about this invitation. I guess I'm looking for some support here. I understand that I don't want her to come, but deep inside my heart really aches for some love and support from my mother. I understand it's impossible to get from my mom the way I want it, but oh man, it's hard. I'm so sorry your mom is behaving so selfishly. I understand that you hope for her to be a better mom to you, but it looks like that isn't going to happen. If you allow her to come, it may not be good for your mental health and your bonding time with your new baby. She hasn't apologized for changing her trip plans from the days you requested to what she wanted. If you let her come, she may stay even longer. Whatever boundaries you set about your baby might get totally stomped on, too, and she'll be living with you. Do you need more stress than giving birth and having a baby cause? No, you don't. Take care of yourself first. Wow, that's some nerve. If I were in your place, I would either tell her that the invitation has been rescinded or I wouldn't respond at all. She has already proven that she can't respect your boundaries. You know, she won't respect your boundaries or your parenting decisions. I can just picture her saying, "I did XYZ when you were a baby and you turned out fine. I'm sorry you're going through this and congratulations. I am really sorry that you are going through this. Pregnancy is beautiful, but also a really rough time. This is not about her, even if she is trying to make it so. You are growing a human, and becoming a parent is scary. None of us have a clue at first, and her adding stress to your life isn't helping. You are not going to get the support that you deserve from her. She will probably make what should be a milestone in your life unhappy. Email her back and let her know that based on your last conversation, you have decided that it would be better to postpone the trip. You will let her know when you are ready for visitors. Do not view or listen to any communication from her until you are mentally ready. Tell your sister that discussions about mom are off the table unless she warns to be put on a timeout as well. You've got this. Do not send an invitation, and definitely do not provide any accommodation for her if she does turn up. You do not need her around you, creating even more problems or stress. She has no rights or entitlement to be there just because you are having a child. Time to put your foot down. Take a day. Mourn that you will never have the kind of mother that is actually maternal and accept it. She is more concerned about winning than supporting you. Personally, I wouldn't issue the invitation. The kind of energy she will bring won't be helpful postpartum. My mom throw out all of my coziest clothes because she thinks they are lowering my feminine energy. She bought a new wardrobe for my room, and when I came back to home I saw she already put my cloths in it, so I just thanked her and stuff, but then I realized none of my favorite clothes were there. So I asked her about it and she said, "Ick anything about it, they are probably in laundry box," and I didn't mind about it. A week passed and my clothes still was missing, so I asked her again. She said these ugly clothes are lowering my feminine energy and confidence, and that I can't find any guy to like me with these clothes.
Girl im Aromantik.
Even if I wasn't, I do not want anyone who just care about my clothes. She throw out almost everything that now I just have like 3 to 4 things to wear at home. I can't stand it. Go throw a bunch of her stuff away. Her keys, perhaps? Is driving a big machine too masculine? Want to bet it will be a case of rules for thee, but not for me, for Opie? Opie, move out if you can. Otherwise, lock up everything you value because nothing is safe from her. Yes, this right here. My mom had a habit of throwing my stuff away, and one day I lost it. I completely lost my shit because she threw out something I really liked for no reason, so I went and threw some of her stuff out too. Mom, I want to have an adult, calm conversation about you throwing out my clothes. You no longer get to pick out my clothes. I've lost a lot of respect for you. You'll have to work hard to regain it. Go hide your mom's favorite clothes and tell her you tossed them because they made her look like she was trying hard. WTF is feminine energy? I've gone through 57 years without this concept ever reaching my country, at least in my friendship circles. If it's a thing, wouldn't I have heard of it in my mini education, history, and psychology qualifications? You can tell her that people from my country would pee themselves laughing if someone said that to them, even the woke ones, #respect to them. I got ghosted by my entitled mother because I wouldn't buy her an additional dog. This happened about 2 years ago, and we are still no contact because of this issue. Protagonists: my mother, F72, who had 8 dogs at the moment of the event, and I, F39. A little bit of background. My mother was a horrible mom to me. She didn't like me very much. When she went out for the weekend going on agility tournaments, dog sport competitions, with my sisters and their dogs, she would leave me alone at home without any money or food. I was lucky when I could find some oats in a cupboard and eat them with water. As a kid growing up, I thought we were just poor, but as an adult I understand she just blew all her money on these tournaments and the trips to them, including gas money and hotel costs as well as the registration fees for the runs. When I was sick, she never took me to the doctors. She just didn't care enough about me. I grew up in Germany. Going to the doctors would have been free for her, but it was too much of a hassle to care for a sick child. On the other hand, she would of course go to the vet as soon as one of her dogs were ill. The dogs were vaccinated. I was not. I wasn't important enough to get vaccinations. After running away from home with 16, I didn't have much contact to my mother for a long time. A few years ago, around 2018, I made a conscious effort to mend our relationship, or to create a relationship at all. I live about 1,000 kilometers away from her in another country, so we mostly called each other. I took the main part in calling her because she is very poor and inter-country calls are very expensive. Her old age pension is ridiculously low, about 800 euros, roughly $870 per month. We talked a lot, and I had the feeling we were getting close for the first time in my whole life. It felt good. I finally had the feeling of having a mother. We talked about major events in our life. I shared with her how I was managing to get out of department, my restaurant went under, and I had a lot of debt to repay. She was very aware of how much I make and that I was working 2 full-time jobs at the same time to pay back my debt. And she also knew how demanding and tiring the workload was for me, but how proud I was of myself. Now to the event. One day in October 2022, my mother called me with joy and excitement in her voice. She said, "I have a fantastic idea, but I need your help." I was excited about her obvious happiness and asked eagerly what it was about and how I could help her. "There is this dog in the rescue center of your sister. I thought you could buy it for me. You would pay all the big bills like the buying price and the vet. I would provide food and the dog would be living with me up until I am too weak to hold her any longer. Then your dog would be living with you." I needed a moment to process this ridiculous proposal. I asked to be sure I understood everything correctly. So I would buy the dog, it would be living with you, but I would have to pay any bigger cost for the dog? And in a few years, I will have to take it in? She, delighted, "Yes. Isn't that an awesome idea?" No, absolutely not. I don't have any spare money. I can't provide for a dog which isn't even mine, and you already have 8 dogs. You are broke. You can't buy yourself good food. You can't provide for the dog either. English isn't my first language. I told her the points nicely. If it's sounding harsh, that's because of my bad translation. She went quiet, then said she had to go and hung up. I tried calling her a couple of times over the next few weeks. She didn't take my calls, nor did she call me back. Christmas came and went. No call from my mom, no letter, nothing. My birthday came. Still radio silence. I called a last time at her birthday last year, and she picked up. She talked 15 minutes about herself. I couldn't get a word in. She didn't ask how I was doing. Nothing. When we ended the call, I knew the relationship was over. So, that's how I lost my mom for good, because I didn't want to buy her a 9th dog. Wow, that's crazy. Well, now you know where her priorities are. I'm glad you got away from all of that. Thank you so much. I'm just a little sad that the seemingly growing relationship was just a farce in the end. IMHO, the trash took itself out. How is your relationship with your sisters? I'm sorry your mom is awful. You are not a bad person for leaving her behind. Unfortunately, she has made bad choices in life and really harmful choices about your care. She now has to face her consequences, and wow, bad decisions have consequences. She has tried like crazy to make you face her consequences, financially at the very least, and she is expecting you to just blindly pick up the tab indefinitely. Like they say in the airplanes, put your own mask on before helping others. Save yourself, help yourself, take care of yourself. Then, and only then, do you even need to think about helping anyone else. She doesn't need 8 dogs, honestly. She doesn't need 2 dogs if she can't take care of them herself. It sucks to get rid of a pet, but if she can't take care of them, they need to be mercifully rehomed. You are not at fault for not getting her the 9th dog or the 10th. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next video.